Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Reflex Tennis. Today I'm going to do a reaction type of video on the latest match that you've probably seen at Wimbledon, right? The match is Nick Kyrgios versus Tsitsipas. Sorry if I butcher your name, but it's generating so much controversy right now in the tennis world. I mean, it's very entertaining to watch. So let's talk about it and see how it plays out, right? So I'm at tennis.com. This is probably the best highlight that I've seen like over YouTube, you know, everywhere else. And yeah, let's talk about this. Oops. That was a really good serve to his backhand, and if you pay attention to his, if you even watch the full match, and it got chips out, you watch the full match, um, or the interview, he talks about, Tsitsipas, practicing his backhand in practice, and he noticed that, and he was just trying to demolish his backhand side, um, so.
Game 11 seconds, Kyrgios.
So you see there, he just like got so frustrated with how Kyrgios is playing, and like he just took a ball and he just swung it towards the fence or a spectator, and he almost hit a lady in the freaking head, and he bounced off. So he had a warning about it, and there's a lot of controversy because if Nick Kyrgios did that, um, he would be in a lot of trouble, right? He even got like defaulted and like kicked out of the match just for unsportsmanlike conduct, So uh, yeah, just keep this
So
right
what are
here.
you not going to do? Japanese mistake, it happened right there.
So Nick Kyrgios is trying to get him kicked out of the match and get him disqualified because if he was doing that, um, he would definitely get disqualified and fined. So he's very keen to see what the results of this match is like. If you want to see if his competitor get fined, it's because when he spit towards the competitor, he got fined like $19,000 just for spitting at the direction of a spectator, not actually hitting the bum with the ball, right? Again, definitely overreacted on that and just hitting the ball way out of bounds. Could have definitely hit another spectator there. He was aiming for him, almost hit him with that ball. Crazy amount of aggression right there. Uh, very unnecessary, right? He could have just put it away easily, but he literally tried to aim at him just for, you know, I don't know. It's not very sportsmanship. Like
40, 30.
he got hit, bro. Oh my gosh. gosh, literally right there in the chest. Drop shot. And he bowed. Oh my goodness. What? That is insane. Great shot. Put aside.
Seven match,
Oh
Kyrgios.
my gosh. Insane. I bet you
3
the
6 to
stadium
1,
was
6 7,
electric.
6 4, 6 3, 7 6.
Look at that, man. Anyways, um, yeah. So let's watch that again. What he did, okay? So just walked, smack.
Uf, la descarga de
It's like
Tsitsipas
too hard. Bounced against the wall, hit the
a
back of
un
the head of that
espectador.
spectator. Crazy. And they look at his handshake, bro. Like he beat him. He's walking up. It's the end of the
Another
match.
look at the handshake. Kind of a blow by from Tsitsipas. Maybe
Oh
they'll
my
sort it out.
gosh,
Maybe
like
they won't. This
whatever.
was a big match
You
for both
won. Who
guys. And
cares?
Tsitsipas
You're
was
an idiot.
clearly
You're a jerk. All right. And so next one is I want to go through the interview process. And dude, this is so entertaining to watch, man. I really like after watching him play and like, talk to an interview. I mean, he's really like a type of upfront type of guy, no nonsense. I know he's really passionate about the sport, but you either love Kyrgios or you hate him. I like him because he's a character, right?
Okay, welcome to the press conference for Nick Kyrgios. Remember to raise your hand, state your name and organisation when asking your question. We'll start. Nick, just give us your thoughts on the match.
Roller coaster. Thought the level was pretty good. Barring everything that happened. I'm really happy to just be second week of a slam again here for the fourth time, I think. So, just super happy to. I think the hard work and just the way I've been playing on the grass is paying off.
Hi Nick, it's Chris Johnson from Grand Slam Magazine. Stefanos Tsitsipas was just in here, and I'm going to quote to you what he said. He said that it's constant bullying. He was probably a bully at school. I don't like bullies. He has a very evil side to him. That's what he said.
Wait, what? You're a bully at school? That's pretty hilarious. Let me see what his reaction is.
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I'd be laughing too, man. Like, what the hell?
I'm not sure how I bullied him. He was the one hitting balls at me. He was the one that hit a spectator. He was the one that smacked it out of the stadium. I didn't do anything. I was actually like, apart from me just going back and forth to the umpire a fair bit, I did nothing towards Stefanos today that was disrespectful. I don't think. I was not drilling him with balls. I don't know. I don't know what to say. But, what do you think?
I mean, he went as far as saying that he thinks that some of the players should get together and talk about you or talk to you and try to deal with what you're bringing onto the court and how
Well,
it
I'll be pretty
interferes
upset
with
if I
the
lost to
tennis.
someone 2 weeks in a row as well. Maybe he should figure out how to beat me a couple more times.
Okay, that's. uh, he's like smacking his face, like uh, does doesn't care about his feelings. He's like, you should be worried about your game.
First, and then get to that.
Matt?
Matt Futterman from the New York Times. Is it when you're going back and forth with the umpire and you see Stefanos or any opponent is getting upset? Is it at all tactical that you sort of, or are you just trying to say your piece and it keeps coming? Is it emotional or tactical? I guess is the question.
When I played Filip Krajinovic, he didn't hit a ball at a spectator. He didn't hit a spectator, so I didn't really have much to talk about. I was just wondering why he was still on the court, because I know that if the roles had been reversed, I would have been pulled off that court and defaulted, for sure.
Yep. Definitely agree there. I mean, I feel like Nick Kyrgios, being who he is, I mean, he's a different type of character in a tennis game, you know? His personality and how he plays. Not a lot of people like him. So I can see his viewpoint on like if he were to do a certain thing, he would get scrutinized more than your average, you know, tennis player.
Sure. So I was just wondering what was going on.
Darren?
Hi Nick, Darren from AMP. Sorry to digress from Stefanos, but special day for Australians at Wimbledon today. First time since '99.
Great question.
We've had four Aussies in the last 16. Can you just talk about that, and also special effort from Jason Kubler in particular?
Yeah, I'm obviously not surprised with Demoner. You know, he's been flying that flag for a while now, and super solid player, and I'm not surprised seeing him in the second week. Coombs, obviously, I hit with him on the indoor court about a week ago. And I thought his level was really good. He obviously beat one of my best mates today. And yeah, I mean, Coombs is capable of doing anything. You make it this far in the draw, you're feeling good. You're seeing the ball pretty big. So I'm super proud with Aussies, being this far, still capable of doing some damage at Wimbledon. It's good to see.
And you could potentially play Alex in the quarterfinals. That'd be pretty cool too.
Yeah, of course. We've both got a tough match ahead. He's got Garin and I've got Nakashima, and Nakashima won easily today on straight sets, and to do that at Wimbledon on grass is not easy, so he's obviously playing well. So I'm not going to look past that.
Hi Nick, Eleanor from Press Association. Generally players don't get defaulted for hitting the ball into the crowd. Do you think that should change?
So you don't...
That's a loaded question, my guy. I mean, what do you think, man? If you were sitting in the crowd, and somebody hit the ball towards you, and you're just watching the sport, you're paying money to watch somebody play, and they get mad, they beam 100 ball, like these are professionals, right? You expect them to be acting professional, especially on the court, not off the court. They're athletes, and what do you think?
I think that hitting a spectator in the head with a ball warrants a default.
No, I'm just saying, but I can't.
No, but today, do you not think that warrants a default?
Well, I don't think it did actually hit a spectator.
Yeah, it rebounded off the ball and hit the spectator. Yeah, it did. I've seen the video.
Okay, well, but I can't remember anybody being defaulted for hitting a ball into the crowd. I don't know if you
Djokovic?
can. No, but he hit a line jump.
So I can just smack balls into the spectator and hit spectators and not get defaulted, is what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is, should that be an automatic default?
Well, what do you think? So you think I could just peg balls into the crowd and not get defaulted?
No, what I'm saying is that
well, you just answered your own question. You obviously don't agree with the rule. You think they should get defaulted then? So if I just
I do actually, yes.
Well, there you go.
If you hit a ball recklessly into the crowd,
yeah, we did it.
You should get defaulted.
So that's great.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I don't understand how these questions, like, what are they thinking? Are they trying to get him to react or something, like in a negative way?
So why was he still on the court?
But what I'm saying is generally players don't get defaulted.
Well, genuinely. So that generally means, okay, that doesn't mean it can't still happen though. Do you not think it was warranted today? He picked up the ball and smacked it into the crowd. It hit someone in the head off the wall.
Yeah, I think, yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
Next question. We did it.
Hi Nick, Catherine Whittaker, Tennis Podcast. Obviously you both received code violations throughout the match today. Stefanos for the hitting the ball into the crowd.
We just really need to stop putting us on the same level of behaviour today, of what happened,
that's
please.
Kind of the question. He apologised. He apologised for that. He was pretty profuse about it in his press conference.
Does that make it okay? Because I've sure have apologised and I've been hit with massive fines.
That's a true statement. He got fined like $19,000 just by spitting in the direction of a spectator who's giving him like crap um, during the
That
match.
you would feel the need to apologise for
What did I do though? What did I do?
verbal abuse.
Yeah, and I'll get fined for that. Why would I need to apologise? I'm getting fined for it. Because I always get fined. So I'm very keen to see what he will get after today.
Reflex Magazine. Curious, do you think you can? You're playing very well despite all this
Thanks,
chaos.
Ben. Thank
But do you think that you can win this tournament? And if so, are you at all worried that all the circus, this is the word Steph used, like could be tiring at all for you in these matches?
I feel great. I don't know what he's talking. Like the circus was all him today. I actually felt great. Like I feel great physically now. I'm ready to go again if I need to play again tomorrow. I just think he's making that match about me. Like he's got some serious issues. Like serious. I'm good in the locker room. I got many friends. Like just to let you know, I'm actually one of the most liked. Like I'm set. He's not liked. Let's just put that there. So anyway, no, I'm good. I feel good.
Do you think you can win the tournament?
Yeah, I feel good. Like as I said, round by round, if I keep doing the right things, I feel good. But I'm alright.
James?
Nick, you were pretty effusive about Stefanos and Petros afterwards.
Yeah.
The last 15-20 minutes feel like that might not be the case anymore. I mean, do you think you'll both brush this off and be friends again in 2 days' time?
I don't care. As I said, when I'm back home and you see my everyday and who I'm competing with on the basketball court, like these guys are dogs. Like the people that I'm playing at Wimbledon, they're not like, that's soft. Like to come in here and say I bullied him and stuff, that's just soft. Like that's just, we're not cut from the same cloth. Like I go up against guys who like are true competitors. Like if he's affected by that today, then that's what's holding him back. Because someone can just do that and that's going to throw him off his game like that. He's got to, like, I just think it's soft.
Nick, you're wearing a shirt with Dennis Rodman's name and picture. In what ways do you see similarities between yourself and Rodman, and in what ways might you like to follow his example?
Honestly, it's just clean washing.
What? It's just a clean shirt, dude. I just literally took a shower, and this is the shirt I wear to this press conference.
Like I saw the shirt today in my house. I was like, yeah, that'll work. But
I mean, it's true though. I mean, if you play basketball, I mean, people are gonna jump in your face. They're gonna like trash talk you and get in your head. I mean, but then again, this is tennis. You know, you're not supposed to do stuff to your opponent, trying to intimidate and stuff like that. But I get it. I mean, he's just barely doing anything. He's probably playing mind games with him, but you shouldn't be able to react like that.
we watched The Last Dance this morning as well on the TV. I mean, NBA is a great example. Like these guys are competitors. Like a little bit of trash talk here or there, and I wasn't even trash talking him. Like, and he's gonna say that I bullied him. I didn't do anything. Like, it's just crazy. I wasn't trying to be like anyone. I was just going out there today competing, third round Wimbledon, and I did it. It was successful. Everything I did worked. It was like, I'm not going out there to be his friend. Like, oh, Tsitsipas, like, do you want me to give him like a lot of respect and say, beautiful shot, Stefanos? Like, no, that's not what I'm gonna give. Like, I'm just gonna be myself. I'm not trying to be Dennis Rodman. I'm trying to be myself.
First of all, it was a great match. I enjoyed a lot. Congratulations. Second, do you think that all the critics you get you don't deserve them ever? I mean, apart from.
Okay, that's another loaded question. And you can see from his face is like, are you serious?
From today, in general, do you think that everybody's against you, or you're a victim of the media and other stuff? And last thing, today there was one moment when he missed an easy shot, and you say, good shot. I mean, that is not that nice, so you must admit it.
Am I trying to be
someone
nice?
would have done it to you, you wouldn't have liked.
And I most likely wouldn't have come in here and said I got bullied. Well, I said nice shot. Well, now it's getting out of hand. Like,
it's competition, man. All he said was nice shot. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit, not nice, but he does have a point. Don't let it get to your head, man. Just play your game.
Well, first of all, answer your first question. You asked me, what did you ask me? My critics and stuff?
Yeah, if you think that everyone is against
No, I
you,
don't really care. They have to watch me play fourth round of Wimbledon.
Dude, he's a competitor. He's there to win. His mindset's blocking out everything, and he's just focused and playing his best game. He's an athlete. He's not there for like, a circus shows you think he is. I mean,
Got a pretty nice paycheck this week as well, so I don't really care about what they think and what they're going to comment on my Instagram or anything like that. As for that, I just go about my stuff. I'll be confident. I'm going to prepare and keep playing the way I know how to play. And it wasn't an easy shot. I hit a good serve, and I saw him working on his backhand return yesterday, and he hit the back fence, so I said good shot.
It's John here from Game to Love podcast. You highlighted what you think has been holding Stefanos back from winning a major.
Oh, I didn't say that. You put that in. I didn't say winning a major. You just decided to put that
today.
On yourself.
What's been holding you back, would you say?
Well, I think I just don't like travel, and tennis is a tough one. When you're from Australia, you have to travel 8 months of the year to play a full schedule, and that's not something I'm willing to do. So that's first things first. I don't like to travel that much. Obviously, I haven't been able to play a consistent level of tennis. I'm very accountable. I haven't been able to produce my best tennis in consistent number of times in the year, and that's that simple. I've produced some fair consistent tennis against Stefanos though.
What? She's saying he's beating them repeatedly. Okay, that's a low, subconscious type of hit.
Probably your best year, would you say, consistency-wise?
Not really. I was once 13 in the world, but I just don't play enough, I think, at the moment to really be an established top 10 player. Like, I would have to be going deep every week. So, as I said, like, I don't even look at rankings. I felt like the favourite today. And as Ben does this, I know he did too.
We'll just take one more.
Hi Nick, Yasmin from The Express. Obviously you've had all of Stefanos' words put to you now and you've responded, but do you wish that he came up to you in the locker room man to man to do it instead?
He's never doing that. I just don't understand what I did. I don't know what I did today. To start there, I actually don't know what I did nothing towards him. I didn't think I was aggressive towards him. I wasn't hitting balls at his face. I don't know. I don't know what the big. I don't even know it wasn't. I didn't feel like there was any anger. I had no anger towards Steph today on the match. So I don't know where it's coming from, to be honest. Like, I think he was angry because when he hit the ball out of the stadium, it was directed at his box. So obviously they had some friction, and then obviously when you start losing, and then losing to me again, you get angry. And I can officially say I've never given a handshake like that in my life. Every time I've lost, when I got default against Casper Ruud, I look people in the eye and I say, "Well done today, you were the better man." And he's not a man enough. He wasn't man enough to do that today. So if he's not going to come up to me in the locker and say anything.
Do you think you'll try and do that to him, or is it his problem to come to you if he does have a problem?
What was that, sorry?
Would you go up to him now and confront him about the bully comment, or do you think it's for him to come to you if he has an issue?
I'm not going to confront anyone about anything. That's not bullying. That's not bullying. Anyway, but yeah, I hope that he. I don't know why he's so hurt.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much.
Okay, so that was an interview. And what do you think Stefanos is going to say?
Welcome to the press conference for Stefanos Tsitsipas. Please raise your hand, state your organisation and name when asking a question. Stefanos, just give us your thoughts on that match.
I enjoyed my tennis today. I enjoyed
the atmosphere out there. I enjoyed the way I fought and the way I tried to find solutions. And
Okay. I read a book on like the FBI and interrogations. His body, verbal, nonverbal communication right now with the uh, he's basically saying, yeah, I think he's lying, trying to find solutions. Definitely lost, and his body language is saying, he's saying one thing, but his body language is not saying, he's saying something else. So pay attention to that. And his hand in his neck, he didn't find any solution, and he got beat. Sorry, but that's my opinion.
the atmosphere out there. I enjoyed the way I fought and the way I tried to find solutions and be in control of the match. A bit disappointed with some of the things that went down, especially when they're repetitive over and over again. It starts to really get it starts to get really difficult to ignore in a way. Yeah, it felt kind of a circus in a way.
Is he talking about himself, or is he talking about Kyrgios?
Matt Butterman with the New York Times. Do you think Nick goes over the line with his behavior on the court?
I like what his tennis has to bring to our sport. Like, he's very different, and that's not a bad thing. But I don't think there's been a single match that I played with him that, you know, he was behaving that way. And there comes a point where you really get tired of it, let's say.
So he thinks Kyrgios is like a circus act, and I would imagine he's on tour and he's played Kyrgios multiple times, and I guess he's saying he has to put up with his behavior every single match, and I guess that's the cause of his frustration.
The constant talking, the constant complaining. I mean, I'm about to serve, and there's a big gap there that there's no tennis being played, which is the most important thing in the court. We're there to play tennis. We're not there to have conversations and dialogues with other people, especially when you really know that the referee is not going to overrule.
Well, hold on a second, but why do you care about that? You're just there to play against him, and you should focus on your game, I would think. Shouldn't let that affect you if he's arguing with the ref or whatever.
What he decided, it's really silly in a way. The ref has made a decision, and I don't know, it's just like, how are you gonna even change his mind? It doesn't work this way. You're there to play tennis. I've had a lot of experience with umpires. Yeah, it's just like frustrating to see that people just get away with that. It's frustrating.
Nick Callow here. He said after the match that he loved you and showed some respect for you, but he also during the match said that you should be defaulted for hitting a ball. What did you make of that specific complaint?
Look, I have to say it was really bad from my side. I've never done that before, throwing the ball outside the court in that way. I did apologize to the people. I don't know what went through my head that time. I think also his part, with all the all the circus show going on the other side of the net, it started to become very tiring in a way. Just like.
Okay. I guess his circus show caused you to blow up and smack the crap out of the ball to a spectator.
And that happened. I mean, I didn't hit any people. It did hit the wall, thank God. And for sure, I'm never doing that again. But it's my responsibility for sure. But there was also something that created that behavior that I'm not used to see myself.
Stefanos, Jacqueline Magnay from the Australian newspaper.
What was that? Body language is saying something else, man.
I mean, for years, we've heard these complaints from other players, not just yourself, about playing Nick. Do you think there comes a point when the players themselves, that you in the locker room, have to make a stand about this behaviour? Because it's clear that officials are not really doing anything.
I wish we could all come together and put a rule in place. I don't know, something about talking. Because why would you be talking while you're playing? It makes no sense. You're out there to do your job. Tennis is the most important thing that we're doing out there. And every single point that I played today, I feel like there was something going on the other side of the net. And I'm not trying to be distracted by that because I know it might be intentional. Because for sure he can't play other way, and that's his way of manipulating the opponent and making him feel distracted in a way. There's not a player that does that. There's not a player that is so upset and frustrated all the time with something. It's just, it triggers it so easy and so fast. And I really hope all us players can come up with something and make this a cleaner version of our sport. Have this kind of behavior be not allowed, not accepted, not tolerated, and move on better.
I don't know if you were Graphic Magazine stuff.
Kind of agree with what he's a little bit saying. Just don't talk during a match, or keep it to a minimal and stuff. Definitely not directed towards your opponent. But at the same time, he still is at fault for his actions at this, I guess, this particular match. So
I'm just curious about the point penalty you got, which was a return that you hit into the back wall. Like, how intentional was that from you? Was it just you trying to hit the return, or was it, what did you think of that call? You didn't seem to notice it until they announced the score the next game.
I was aiming for the body of my opponent, but I missed by a lot. By a lot. Like, it was...
Why? Can I ask, like, you tried to hit him several times. Why?
Just to stop. You know? This needs to stop. It's not okay. Like, someone needs to sit down with him and talk, like, or I don't know what to say. There's frustration behind that for sure, and I'm not used to play this way, but I cannot just sit there, act like a robot and act like someone that is completely cold and ignorant. And you know, it has happened up 3-4 times now. Okay, one time I understand, you know, but like if it starts happening 2, 3, 4 times, it really gets to your nerves, because you're out there doing your job and you have noise coming from the other side of the court for no absolute reason.
Did you think at the end of the match that maybe you wouldn't have liked to shake hands? I saw you did it, but there was something that went through your mind that he shouldn't deserve me to shake hands with him. And also once I saw that when you miss-hit a backhand, he shouted, "Good shot!" I mean, do you remember that? What was your reaction?
Yeah, it's constant bullying. That's what he does. He bullies his opponents. He was probably a bully at school himself. You don't know what's behind. I don't like bullies. I don't like people that put other people down. He has some good traits in his character as well, but when he also has a very evil side to him, which if it's exposed, it can really do a lot of harm and bad to the people around him. Myself, when I feel like other people disrespect me and don't respect what I'm doing from the other side of the court, it's absolutely normal from my side to act and do something about it.
yeah, I get it. It's professional. It's a job for him, and some of that talking is unnecessary. Yeah, okay. I agree with him with that.
Handshake part, well deserved, well done for the great match for sure. I need to congratulate my opponent. It's a thing that I've been doing my entire life. I've never finished the match and not given my hand to the opponent, simply because of his performance. But attitude-wise, if there was a handshake for that, I would definitely be walking away from it, and that's how it is. It's not correct and it's not acceptable in any way.
Can I
Do you know
just
what-
ask
sorry,
on?
no, sorry, we need to take other questions about it. James?
Stefanos, you sound quite chesty and sort of coldy. Are you ill? Do you think that contributed to your performance there at all? Have you tested for COVID, for example?
I have tested for COVID. It's just a cold. Yeah, it started when I came from Mallorca to here, and yeah, I mean it's still pretty bad. But I really wanted to play Wimbledon, and for me, this tournament means a lot.
Okay, we'll take last English Charlotte back there.
Hi, Stefanos, Catherine Whittaker, Tennis Podcast. I just wondered, take away the circus tonight, all of that, just about the tennis, what do you think the result would have been?
I really don't know. It's difficult to say because you haven't seen it yourself. But I don't think he can play without having a circus around. It's just the way he likes things being done, like on his own terms, his own way, and he just always gets away with it. And I spoke to the umpire briefly, telling him that it's really crossing the line in many ways. I do understand he got a code violation for something he did. I remember two of the line umpires walking to up to the referee and telling him something. So it happened twice, and something might have happened twice, but it just feels very messy. It just feels like disorganized in a way. I guess without it, I mean, for sure a much better, more quality match, also from his side, I suppose, unless he doesn't think he can play this way. But I think it makes for better tennis playing the way it should be played, the normal way, like we do with every single other opponent that is out on the tour.
Okay, we will move to group questions.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. If you watched the entire way, appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next episode of Reflex Tennis.